Hey there, dear listener. Welcome back to our cozy little corner of the internet. If you're here for a warm, gentle story to calm your heart and settle your mind, you're in the right place. So get comfy, maybe with a cup of tea, a soft blanket, or just a peaceful breath. Because today's story is all about control, not the kind that feels heavy, but the kind that slowly brings peace. The story begins in a small lakeside town, where the water was always still in the early morning, like a mirror holding the sky. In a little yellow cottage near the shore lived a girl named Elara. She loved quiet things, folded blankets, early sunsets, and the sound of birds waking up before the world did. But there was one thing she struggled with. Everything in her life had to be perfect, or it felt like something was wrong. Her books were arranged by size, her shoes always in pairs, and even the petals of the flowers in her garden had to stay just the way they fell. Everyone in town loved Elara, but they also noticed how tightly she held onto every detail. Even the wind seemed afraid to move things around her. And deep inside, Elara didn't feel peaceful, she felt tired, because trying to control everything meant she never had time to simply be. But all of that was about to change, with something as simple as a small paper boat drifting across the lake. The next morning, Elara walked down to the lake as she always did, holding her little notebook where she planned every part of her day. But today, something unexpected caught her eye: a tiny paper boat, gently floating toward the shore. It wasn't hers, and it wasn't perfect. The folds were uneven, the edges soft from the water, but it moved peacefully, as if it trusted the waves completely. Elara picked it up carefully. On the inside was a single sentence written in soft, blue ink. Not everything needs to be controlled to be beautiful. She reread the words again and again. The message felt warm, like sunlight landing on her shoulders. For the first time, she noticed the ripples on the lake, the way the water moved freely without anyone fixing its shape. She heard the wind brushing through the trees, the leaves fluttering in their own rhythm. That day, Elara didn't rush home to check her shelves. She stayed by the water, wondering who sent the little boat, and why the message felt like it was meant just for her. Later, while watering her garden, she noticed something else: the petals on one of her roses had fallen unevenly. Normally, she would have picked them up right away, but this time, she let them be. And strangely, the flower looked even more beautiful that way. Alive, natural, free. A small change, a small choice, but it made her heart feel lighter. The days that followed felt different, almost like the village had softened around Elara. She still loved her lists, her tidy shelves, and her quiet routines, but she also began to leave little spaces for surprise, just like the ripples on the lake. One afternoon, while sitting outside her cottage, Elara saw a young boy walking by. He held another paper boat in his hands. Curious, she gently asked, "Were you the one who sent the boat to the lake?" The boy smiled shyly. "I make them for anyone who needs them," he said. "My grandma says kindness floats. It always reaches the right shore." Elara laughed softly, a warm, peaceful laugh she hadn't heard from herself in a long time. She thanked him and watched him run down the path, his pockets full of folded paper. That evening, Elara wrote something new in her notebook. Not a plan, not a schedule, but a reminder: life doesn't have to be perfect to feel peaceful. She placed the notebook beside a fresh paper boat of her own, then went outside to watch the sunset. The sky was painted in soft pink and gold, clouds drifting without direction, yet somehow always finding their place. With the gentle breeze brushing her hair, Elara finally understood. Peace wasn't in control, it was in trust in the waves, in the wind, in the way life unfolds. And before closing for the night, she spoke as if talking to a warm YouTube family watching from somewhere far away. Thank you for joining me today, dear friends. If this little story brought you comfort, don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for more cozy tales. Until next time, may your heart